But I'm gonna start with my comment, bruh. You brought those two white men on there to degrade Terrence Crawford
That's not true. That is
to
not
make
true.
him seem like
I
he's
want
a
to. Hey,
cheater.
hey,
No, no, no.
best
What do you
videos.
bring
Let's
him
do
on in
this.
there for? Why
Best
you bring him
videos.
on then? Why did
Best
you bring him
videos.
on? Yeah, go
Best
ahead.
videos. Best videos. Let's do this. When you say something, give me a chance to respond because I don't want you
All
to
right,
go all in and lose the audience, okay? Hold on for a
right.
second. You are assuming and accusing me of something that's not true. You said that I brought those two white men up here to degrade Terrence Crawford. That is not true.
So what did you bring him up there for then?
Well, see, that's where you're wrong at. What you should have done first was ask me, hey, what did you bring those two white men up for? See, that's what you should have did first instead of assuming.
Well, because I've
But
been
you
listening
didn't.
to
I'm
your
gonna
channel,
answer your
my guy.
question.
I've been listening to your channel, so I
I'm
know.
I'm
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna answer your question. I brought Rick Glacer up here. Let's be clear on something. Because see, you said you watch my channel, so you should know the answer to these questions. But since you don't, I am going to refresh your memory. I brought Rick Glacer up here because there's a guy named, he calls himself King now. He changed his name from G-Man, the guy Justin. He's the one that came up here. I didn't ask him to come here. He came on a panel. He came on a panel and said, this is last year. You scared to debate my friend Rich Glacer. And Rachel Donaire, she needs to also debate my friend Rich Glacer. And I said, man, ain't nobody scared to debate no Rick Glacer. Why you bringing him up? I said, I never talked about debating nobody. Why would you bring up Rick Glacer? Oh, I'm just saying Rick Glacer, my friend Rick Glacer will cook you. I said Rick Glacer is entitled to his opinion and whatever he say, and he's more than welcome to come up here. So let's just keep that in perspective. I only invited Rick Glacer to come up here because another man brought his name up. I never spoke to Rick Glacer about anything. Another man brought his name up, talking about he's going to cook me, and he knows all this stuff more than me, I guess, about the business of boxing. That's how Rick Glacer got up here in the first place. Now, let's stick it on Rick Glacer. Now, let me ask you a question. Did you hear the dialogue that I had with Rick Glacer? Terrence Best Videos, are you there?
You must have muted me. No, it's been a while. I don't remember exactly that conversation you had with Rick Glacier.
You remember him calling me an effing clown? You remember that?
Okay, well, I don't
No.
really
It's just
remember.
hold on.
I
It's
know,
just
no,
yes
I
or
don't.
no. You
No,
don't?
no. Mm-mm.
You remember when he asked me, "What are you stupid?" You remember when he said that?
No, no,
You don't remember that? You
no.
remember when he was cursing at me and yelling at me? You remember that?
I do remember him, one of them yelling and cursing.
No,
I
that was
don't know
Rick
which.
Glacer. We
Okay,
still on Rick Glacer.
okay, all right.
Okay. You
Yeah,
remember him calling me a mental midget? You remember that?
I'm sure he did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you remember when he tweeted? You got a lot of background in your joint. That's why I'm muting you. Do you remember when he tweeted and said that I'm nothing but a lifetime loser? I'm nothing but a lifelong loser. You remember him saying that to his best videos?
I'm gonna mute myself again. No, I don't. To be honest with
Okay,
you, I
great.
don't.
No problem. Well, everything that I just said that he said, he did. Now, let me ask you this question. Have you ever seen or heard me insult Rick Glacer one time? It's just yes or no.
No, sir.
Thank you. All right, now, I appreciate your honesty. Now, let's go move on to Victor Conti. You said that I invited Victor Conti up here to demean Terrence Crawford. No, I did not. Let me explain something to you that the audience may not know. Last year, around, I want to say this time last year, Victor Conti made a tweet. His tweet that he said was about Memo Heredia and the fact that Memo Heredia was in the camp of David Benavidez as he was preparing to fight Caleb Plant. Right after that tweet, I had Stephen Breadman Edmonds, who is from my city, Breadman, the trainer of J Rock, Julius J Rock Williams, who's from my city. And he also was training Caleb Plant for the David Benavidez fight. I interviewed him. In fact, he was the first interview of the year last year, around this time. And I asked him some specific questions about Victor Conti's tweet, and he gave me a comment. Right after that, I had a conversation with Rachel Donier, private conversation. And because of the tweet of Victor Conti using terms like LF1, LR3, which were undetectable steroids, and he said that smart cheaters are easy to beat the test and circumvent the testing. These are the words of Victor Conti. So Rachel and I had a conversation about that because I did a whole panel. YSN Sports Media was here on that panel as well. I can pull all this up. And we had a dialogue of that. In fact, right after that, Victor Conti made a statement on Twitter about Errol Spence and talking about Errol Spence need to look at his DM so that he can sponsor Errol Spence for 365 24/7 testing. This is what he's been saying before. So when I had a dialogue with Rachel Donier, I asked her if she knew anyone that knew Victor Conti. And she told me yes. I said it would be great if Victor Conti can come up here and I can interview him so that he can clarify his statements about undetectable steroids. So he can clarify his statements that he made about Errol Spence, because we are all under the impression that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford was going to be in the negotiations. This is way after Crawford fought David Evanesian. Okay? So what I'm saying is that's why Victor Conti was invited to come up here to provide educational information for the audience. It had nothing to do with demeaning Terrence Crawford. I just wanted to make sure we was clear on that. Did I answer your question?
But as a matter of fact, the questioning did focus on degrading Terrence Crawford,
The
regardless of
what?
whether I said. As a matter of fact, though, your questions were were asked in a way for you to try to degrade Terrence Crawford. Is that yes or no?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I never
See, that's
mentioned, hey, I only mentioned Terrence Crawford's name 2 times in the interviews that I've done with Victor Conti. And guess what? One out of those 2 times were based on super chats. Matter of fact, it probably was 3 or 4 times because a couple of people super chatted about Terrence Crawford. That had nothing to do with Terrence Crawford's not the only fighter that's on SNAC, the SNAC program. I've been talking about the SNAC program for a long time.
well. It seems every time I watch your video, Terrence Crawford is the only one that's accused. In fact, D Town was able to
Accused
say,
of
well,
what? Accused of what?
basically, you know what the
No,
insinuation
we
is.
ain't doing none of that. You came up here, talk plain to me. Accused of what? Say it. What you saying, bro? Let's
You
talk.
know it. You tell me
No,
what you
no, no,
saying.
no.
You
No
tell me what you
gaslighting.
saying.
No, you
Nah,
gaslight to me. Oh, you know what? Say it. What you say? What you saying?
that
Accused of
he
what?
that he used something to gain an advantage.
His performance was enhanced, and even you know that.
Oh, see, and okay, and this is why I say your channel biased, Marty. When they asked, when Victor Conti said he sent, um, what's his name, um,
Errol Spence.
no, the fighter out of Philly, Boots. When he said, oh yeah, I sent Boots a package. What did D Town say to you? Oh well, yeah, he sent them a package, but shit, that don't mean that he's took anything. That don't mean he took anything. But I wonder if you give Bud Crawford
I can't give Buck Crawford that. You want to know
that
why?
same.
You want to know
Why?
why? Do you want to know why?
I'm dying to know why.
All right, mute your phone. Let's talk now. You're the Terrence Crawford fan. I'm surprised you asked me that of all people, because you should know that Terrence Crawford himself said that he used certain things with the SNAC program other fighters don't use. Jerron Boots Ennis never said that. Those are the words of Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford was on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan asked him, are you with those SNAC program or those SNAC people? And Terrence Crawford admitted it and said, yes, he was. Jerron Boots Ennis never said that he was on the SNAC program. In fact, if you go back into September, I had D-Town Boxing up here, and I asked D-Town Boxing to pull up SNAC.com to see all of the sponsored fighters that's listed on the website that work with SNAC as a sponsor and in the program. And long and behold, which I already knew, Jerron Boots Ennis' name was nowhere near on the website as a sponsored fighter. Hope I answered your question.
No, you really haven't. I'm asking you.
I didn't answer your question.
Oh, no. I'm asking you. I'm asking you this pointed question. Forget about what you just said. I said, so if Bud Crawford, if that same thing came up and they said, well, Bud got these orders coming in the mail, you're going to allow, I would be able to come up there on your channel and say, oh, no, I don't know if he used it or not because it came in the mail. Isn't it? And you make the assumption that if you order something that you're going to use it?
Here's the thing, Terrence, you're bringing up hypotheticals if. I'm telling you exactly what actually happened, bro.
Well, what did Terrence say he used on the show, bro? What did he say he used? No, you said he said on the Joe Rogan. I didn't see this podcast with
No, he didn't
Joe
say
Rogan.
that. No.
Yeah, what exactly did he say he used?
No,
that's what I would like to know.
He didn't say it on Joe Rogan. He confirmed that he was with the SNAC program.
Well,
I got you. I'm with you. On someone else asked him, another reporter or something. They didn't show his face. He asked Terrence Crawford, does the SNAC give any of the SNAC fighters any edges and stuff like that? Terrence Crawford said out of his own mouth, he said, I use certain things with the SNAC program that other fighters don't use. That's what Terrence Crawford said.
Okay, so what does that mean, Marty?
You're a fan of his. You tell me.
You're making the assumptions, Marty. What does that mean? I heard you say, "Oh, his levels were low. His levels. They said his levels were low."
That.
You did. You didn't say his levels were low.
Victor Conti said that.
But you repeated it. No, you repeated it, right? So you said it, right? But you were making. I'm saying you were making a point with that, right, Marty? I'm saying you were making. I know, but I know he said that, Marty. I'm asking you, did you repeat it to make a point? Yes or no?
It don't make a difference. Yes, I repeated it. Victor Conti said it. How can you skip the words, bro? How can you skip the words of the original author to hold me accountable?
I'm making a point here. So you were saying that his levels were off. So how do you know that whatever he was taking was just bringing his levels up to being normal? If they were low, if he were low and he brought his levels back to normal, then he would be normal. He wouldn't have an advantage. He was fighting at a disadvantage.
Let me ask you. I got you. Let me ask you. Best videos. You know, Terrence Crawford was not fighting at a disadvantage fighting Errol Spence. Lord have mercy. What is the world coming? Let me ask you a question, sir. I'm going to ask you a question. You believe I'm a boxing manager?
Listen, Marty, and the one day I was trying to get on your show and you just left me in the background. And I was going, and my first point.
We're glad you're here.
My first point was to that claim is that it really doesn't matter whether to me, it doesn't matter if you're a boxing manager or not, because when I listen to your show, you never use that as a reason for people to watch your show.
Okay,
because a lot of people will say they're managers, they're professors, and they're not really professors or managers, unless they're using that and they're saying, okay, I'm using that as a bit to get more viewership. Then yes, then you should be held accountable. But I've never heard you say anything like that. So that's where
I got you, Terrence.
Yeah.
When you read the description of my channel, I actually state that I am. But at this point, Terrence, even you must admit, everybody on YouTube and in the sport of boxing knows I'm really a manager. But the reason why I asked you that is because I want to ask you a second question. It's really not nothing to do with me being a manager. But what I'm trying to say is this: I am a manager, right? But would you hire me as your chef? I'm just asking you a question.
You don't have credentials as a chef? No, no, sir.
You said you wouldn't hire me as a chef. Why not?
You don't have any experience. I don't know, I don't have any background on you that you could do the job.
I knew you were smart, Terrence. That's why I had you on here, brother, because you're saying the same thing I'm saying. What I'm basically saying is, then why are you okay as a Terrence Crawford fan, and why is Terrence Crawford and other SNAC fighters okay with allowing a man in Victor Conte who's not medically qualified, who's not a part of any heart association, blood association, or no other fraternity in this country that allows him to have the authority to dissect and interpret anyone's blood test results and give them special recommendations? If you wouldn't hire a manager to be your chef, why would you be okay and the other SNAC fighters be okay with having a man who does not have any medical experience, no qualifications, no formal education, no degree or anything to interpret their blood, extract their blood, and give them special medical recommendations? Why would you be okay with that?